Hi all of you awesome scuba divers out there, welcome to Scuba Diver Magazine and welcome to Ask Mark, where I do my very best to answer your scuba diving questions. So if you do have any scuba diving questions, by all means put it down in the comment section underneath this video and use the Ask Mark hashtag. That way it gets your comment just featured in an up and coming video. But in the meantime, I do actually type out answers as soon as I can. And if you do see any unanswered questions in the comment section and you do know the answer to it, by all means let them know. This week I'm answering a question from Kyle Knickerbocker about adding thigh pockets to a wetsuit. So Kyle says, when adding thigh pockets to a wetsuit, where is the best place to put them? The front of your thighs, the side of your thighs, or any other place? Wherever is most convenient to you. Most divers place them on the outside of their thighs where your hands can naturally reach the bottom without bending over or at all. You should be able to reach the bottom of the pockets, but like where they are on your thighs kind of depends on you. I remember one prototype, it was a Hollis dry suit. It was the prototype for the BZ 500 and was it the BZ 500? The red and black one. And it had thigh pockets that you could move, and they could either be like on the front, like a 3/4, or I think it was just that, either on the front or on like 3/4, because they tried to, or they had this mind of making it like a side mount dry suit. And when you've got side mounted cylinders, sometimes the pocket could get in the way, or the cylinder would get in the way of the pocket. So they thought, hey, maybe if we put it on the front of the thigh, then you still have access to the pocket, but it's not going to get in the way of your cylinders. However, when you're finning, thigh pockets on the front of the thigh kind of get in the way, and they're a bit uncomfortable. So the general consensus is like right on the side, but it's up to you, man. If you're putting on your own wetsuit, you can do whatever you want. As long as you're using like the right adhesives, 2-part contact adhesive is usually the best, because that's what we use for like dry suit glove seals. You want something flexible and obviously water resistant, so it's not just going to just fall off. And I think I have seen some that are slightly angled as well. It's whatever suits you. Most of them, if you have a look at all of the ones that come factory fitted on dry suits and tech shorts and whatnot, they're usually straight up and down, and they're on the outside of the thigh because that's where your hands naturally kind of reach. And you want to be able to reach the very bottom of the pocket without having to like kind of rummage around. It should be very intuitive, and yeah, but mostly on the outside of the thigh, so it doesn't affect your swimming. Obviously, if you do dive a lot of side-mounted stage cylinders and you do find that you can't quite reach the outside of your thighs, then yeah, maybe move it more towards the forward. But it's very much kind of up to you. I suppose what you could do is get like a piece of chalk, close your eyes in your wetsuit and kind of draw where you would naturally reach, and that's where your pocket goes. The old adage of measure twice, cut once. Obviously, you don't want to attach the pocket because the glue gets absolutely everywhere. So make sure that it is on in a good position, and then like measure it. Just do all your double takes just to make sure that, yeah, that's a really convenient place for me, and then actually apply the glue and then fit the pocket. But most of them nowadays are on the outsides of your thighs, and that's really a convenient place. But I wouldn't go far beyond your actual like arm reach as far as down your thigh. Just close enough to where you can reach everything inside of it without bending and flexing, and yeah, wherever's convenient for you. Yeah, most thigh pockets are just kind of right on the outside of your thigh. So, and like where your hands can reach the bottom of the pocket without stretching too much to try and find it. Your hands should naturally find that place on the inside, and you should be able to touch the bottom. but it's usually on the outside. I wouldn't put it on the front, just because when you're finning, it kind of bumps up and that'll just get annoying. On the outside, it's the most practical for most divers, but you might have a different setup, and you might want something a little bit different. So it's very much up to you, but the general consensus is on the outside tends to be the most practical, and it's quite streamlined as well. You're streamlined on the tummy, and your shoulders protrude out. That's going to cover up those thigh pockets, so you're still streamlined in the water. Any other questions you might have, by all means put it down in the comment section underneath this video. Use the AskMark hashtag to get it featured in an up and coming video, and of course remember to head over to our website scubadivermag.com to check out the latest scuba diving news and reviews. Thank you for watching, everybody, and of course, safe diving.